From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, February 18th, 2017. Silver is trading at $18 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,235 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 2 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,056. Antiwar.com reports early in his presidency, Barack Obama made increasing military exports a major priority, and those increased exports were focused heavily on oil-rich Middle Eastern nations like Saudi Arabia. The Saudis, who had long had a relatively basic defensive capability, started investing heavily in more advanced U.S. arms. By the end of Obama's second term, Saudi Arabia was one of the highest military spenders on Earth, sucking up some 8% of their annual GDP. You can only spend so much money on defense, though. A new study from IHS is showing that while the Saudis intend to continue increasing their already staggering military budget, they are shifting decisively away from defensive equipment and towards increasing their offensive capabilities. The 2015 Saudi invasion of Yemen has been a big driving force in the budget as well as in future Saudi military planning, as the expectations that they'd quickly overrun the smaller and poorer nation did not pan out, and a large amount of Saudi spending became dedicated to U.S. munitions to drop on Yemen. That the Saudi attack on Yemen did not produce a quick victory appears to have led their purchasers to conclude that they aren't buying the right things to go attacking neighbors, and as they continue to ratchet up tensions with the region's Shiites, they want that offensive capability to be more secure. Yet it's not clear what sort of capability can really be bought, as even the United States, with its far larger and far more expensive military, has struggled with open-ended wars in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia then probably should not hope to be any more effective by simply buying a subset of the same U.S. arsenal for its own wars of aggression. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports total U.S. household debt climbed to a near-record $12.58 trillion by the end of 2016, according to a Federal Reserve Bank of New York report. February's 33-page quarterly report of household debt and credit shows that every category of debt measured, including mortgages, credit cards, student loans, and auto loans, saw an increase. The total increase of $460 billion in 2016 was the largest in a decade. Mortgage balances, now at $8.48 trillion, made up 67% of all household debt. At the current rate of growth, household debt is expected to break the 2008 record high of $12.68 trillion sometime in 2017. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court will decide 3 cases in coming months that could help or hinder President Donald Trump's efforts to ramp up border security and accelerate deportations of those in the country illegally. The 3 cases, which reached the court before Democratic President Barack Obama left office, all deal broadly with the degree to which non-citizens can assert rights under the U.S. Constitution. They come at a time when the court is 1 justice short and divided along ideological lines with 4 conservatives and 4 liberals. The justices will issue rulings before the end of June against the backdrop of high-profile litigation challenging the lawfulness of Trump's controversial travel ban on people traveling from 7 predominantly Muslim countries. The most pertinent of the 3 cases in terms of the Trump administration priorities involve whether immigrants in custody for deportation proceedings have the right to a hearing to request their release when their cases are not promptly adjudicated. The long-running class action litigation brought by the American Civil Liberties Union on behalf of thousands of immigrants detained for more than 6 months includes both immigrants apprehended at the border when seeking illegal entry into the United States and legal permanent residents in deportation proceedings because they were convicted of crimes. The case could also affect long-term U.S. residents who entered the country illegally and have subsequently been detained. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.